There was once, so as we mentioned, we can all agree that I'm an inter, right? 1-9. I had this one game years ago. I was playing Blitzcrank, and this game ended up showing up on Reddit because I started the game off poorly. I just did poorly, so that was sad. But then after that, I actually started lagging out. Like my internet just like gave up. It just gave up. And when that happened, I like started like just like leaving mid-fight and stuff. Like I just stand there. Like it actually looked like I was trolling, right? And like I was telling my team in chat, I was like, I'm sorry, my internet's lagging. And this guy, like, he saw that I was doing this and he got really upset. And he filmed the whole game, and he like took all the parts where I like inted and clipped them together and put them on Reddit. And he's like, Riot or ints my game. This guy came into my game and just deliberately ruined it and didn't even try to win, and he's just inting on Blitzcrank, and he has this whole like highlight reel of every single like time I like DC'd or whatever and just stood there and like inted, and it was like, yeah, look at this guy. And like I like went into the thread and I was like, hey man, I said in the game that I was having bad internet, and that's what it was. I was having bad internet. I'm sorry you had a bad game with me. Like, that sucks, but I guarantee you I wasn't inting. Like, it was legitimately like my internet died. And then he responded in the thread, and he was just like, no, you're lying. It was so clear that you were out to troll all of us. I can't believe Riot still lets you work there when you're such a deceptive jerk. And I'm like, oh man, oops. I guess I must have been in this guy's promo series or something. Ark, last year I legit got 14-day ban for internet issues, proved its support, and they still didn't unban. We're not going to unban you for internet issues. If you have internet issues repeatedly, you deserve to be banned. Because we don't want you playing the game if you have repeated internet issues. There is a difference between having one game where your internet screws up and having like repeated DCs. Like, and if you have like one game and your internet screws up, that's fine. I mean, it sucks for the people in your game, just like it sucked for that guy who thought I was trolling him. Like, that sucks, but like, you know, sometimes the power goes out, sometimes your internet dies. That's totally fine. But if you repeatedly have internet issues, we're gonna ban you, because at the end of the day, you're still leaving games repeatedly, and that's a pattern of behavior. The pattern of behavior is you're constantly ruining games because you don't have the internet to stay in the game. And so again, if you like DC a few times, like once or twice, that's totally fine. Like we understand that. But if you have a pattern of just repeatedly DCing, even if it's technically not your fault because it's your internet provider, like that's still a problem. Yeah. Looking sexy today. Boss ints 9 out of 10 games and gets unbanned. The boss thing is actually like pretty complicated because he's trying to win, right? Like he's not like inting to lose the game, he's inting to win the game. That's his like winning strategy, right? And so it's this complicated thing of like our systems would pick him up as like someone who needs to be banned, but like you can watch his stream and know that he's like not trying to lose, right? He's like straight up trying to win when he does that. Right? So like that's the complication with the BAUS, is like he is trying to win the game in a way that typically represents losing the game, which is like that's like the complication of false positives. Yep. Like it's kind of like how like when we shipped Yumi, she would be detected as being AFK. Because one of the ways we detect you if you're AFK is if you don't put any movement commands. And so Yumi had a problem in that she'd attach to someone and the game would be like, this cat's AFK, she's not moving. Right? And so like that's something we had to do, right? Is we had to like make sure that the systems account for the fact that Yumi mains will look like they're AFKing. And do something and make sure it doesn't try to boot them for that. Looking big, King? Thank you. I've been working out. Trying to, you know, find a Valentine's Day date. Haven't been very successful though. It turns out there is nobody available for Valentine's Day in the entirety of Los Angeles. Crazy, I know.